everybody, this is Carl. Welcome to August. This is a really oddly long month. You know, every month is like 30, 31 days, but there's something about certain months, just the way that they fall. This month we have a super early first Friday, so, you know, it's only the second day of the month. We got like 3 days this week. Then we have an entire 4 full weeks. And then we still got another weekend, and before the month is over. So anyway, August is a super long month this year just because of the way that it lands. I hope it's a very successful month for you. I will say we have a whole bunch of cool stuff going on in the community, but that's what I always say. I do want to say also that this video is made available to everybody in the universe and is being projected out into space so that 100 billion years from now somebody will find it. They can't join the community, but you can. The newsletter that comes out today as well is only available to people inside the community. So this video will be part of the newsletter, but there's more information in the newsletter, and there are some codes and so forth in the newsletter that are linked for members only. Membership has its privileges, right? That's what Amex tells us. So here's what's new. We finally, in July, have launched the roadmaps, and we're going to be doing at least 2, maybe 3 a month from now on. So the roadmap is intended to be, just a little guide for a specific topic area. So for example, we have roadmaps for the service department. So if you have somebody who's a new employee, or you just want to make sure that everybody in your department is level set with a certain view of how your company works or how the world works, it's a place where you can point them to these resources and say, start there. I know that there's literally hundreds and hundreds of things that you could be doing, but everybody's only got a limited amount of time. So point people to that within the service department. It'll get them started. Tell them which books to read and so forth. Next, we've already posted up a second one, which is for service managers. And obviously the overlap between the books is very heavy, but the other items are all completely separate. So service managers, we talk about what are the roles of the service manager, how do you manage the service board itself. There's an entire class on managing the service board. There's an entire class on standard operating procedures, and those are the big 5-week classes that have been recorded for the community. And again, those are the kinds of things you have to either wait until it's live over at Great Little Seminar or get it free in the community, but it's not available anywhere else. You can't buy it anywhere else, even from me, even on my bookstore. Going forward, what we're going to do with the roadmaps, we're going to deep dive into a roadmap for marketing, a roadmap for sales, a roadmap for the front office, a roadmap for each of the individuals in your company. And the goal is that these help you filter the community. I completely acknowledge we now have way over $8,000 worth of downloads. Nobody can find everything. Nobody can focus on all that. You couldn't consume it all in a year if you had to. So where do you start? And that's where the roadmaps come in. They're a place for you to start. Here's the SOPs related to your job title. Here's the classes. Here's the white papers, so forth and so on. Anyway, check out the roadmaps. Keep an eye on it. Ruben's added an item on the left side column that is specifically linked to the roadmaps page. We've got 2 up there. We'll have 4 by the end of this month, and maybe 5. And we're just going to keep adding those as is appropriate. Super happy to have any feedback that you've got on roadmaps or anything else. The course that's coming up, we have a 3-week mini course every month. The course coming up in August is on tuning up your YouTube. And if that sounds like a replay, it is. So we did a course last year on tuning up your YouTube, and then early in 2019, YouTube changed their interface, and they changed the way that you add iCards and tags to the end and replay for the playlists and the way that you do everything. So we're going to revisit that. We've got all new screenshots, all new walkthrough, talk about the latest graphic dimensions, how you set up your YouTube channel, so forth and so on. 100% free if you're a member of the community. That's 3 weeks, starts August 14th, I believe. And if you're not in the community, well, you should just join the community. That's as easy as that. The class is $99 if you're not in the community. Your monthly membership is $99 a month if you're in the community. You get that course and then everything else. So we've got that. Also, speaking of video, we are redoing the tour video. We have changed so much stuff just in the last 8 months that we've decided we're going to redo that video. And I've got a new hire, Dylan, who you'll be introduced to. And Dylan looked through the tour videos that we have now and sent me a bunch of notes about how we should redo those. So we're going to try to step that up and give you a new guided tour. Again, trying to help you filter what's what and make sure that you have a good chance of finding the most important stuff in the community. Now, coming up, it's almost our first anniversary. How cool is that, right? So what does that mean? Well, it means that some people are looking at their renewal for the next year. Some people, obviously, if you're month to month, then, the anniversary kind of doesn't mean very much to you. But if you're annual, here's the deal. I have a special to get you to make that commitment. One of the things I've always wanted to do with this community is when it gets to a certain point where I can afford to throw more stuff in, my goal is to put every single thing in the community. If you renew your annual membership, you're going to get a code that allows you to register for all of the 5-week courses for free, for no additional charge. And here's the deal. So right now you already get $160 off. That makes the 5-week courses, instead of being $259, you get them for $99. I think that's a great deal. And those are very popular courses. So, a lot of people are paying good money for those. If you renew your annual subscription in the community, then you will be able to get all of those courses 100% for free for the next year. And so I encourage you to go ahead and sign up, make that renewal sooner rather than later. If you have any questions or comments, just send me an email, or you can send an email to concierge@smallbizthoughts.com, and either Kara or Dylan or I will get back to you and make it as smooth as possible. Again, part of what I'm doing in the community is gradually I'm going to be only creating new material inside the community. And so we're moving to having it being more and more where the material is either not available at all or it's only available inside the community. So your membership is in fact becoming dramatically more valuable all the time. Now, if you take and you say, well, all I care about is the $99, okay, well, 99 times 10 classes a year is $990. So it's, that far away from doubling the value or doubling what you get out of the community. So anyway, it's a beautiful thing. Look for it. Contact me if you have any questions. Focus on this week's newsletter is on white papers. So, every month I try to focus on one little group of things where you should go and snag 5 or 10 things and kind of, look at them. Some of these white papers are surrounded by classes. So for example, there's a white paper listed that is the client roadmap process, but I will tell you that class had not 50, but maybe 40 some people attend. It was a hugely popular class, and so that's included as part of the white papers, even though it's got this 3 hours of content around that with lots of Q&A and of course some related forms. But it's a great example of the kind of thing that if you're not doing it yet, please go download this, assign it to somebody on your staff to say, hey, let's start going down the path of doing regular roadmap meetings. That's one example of the things that we're focusing on the white paper section in this month's newsletter. As always, we're going to have a live meeting on the final Friday of the month. So that's the August 30th, the last Friday of the month. 9 a.m. Pacific is always our time, noon Eastern. So email me your questions, carlp@smallbizthoughts.com, and I will answer those questions live before we take any of the questions from people who are there on the call. So if you want your question at the top of the queue, just send it to me in email. I'll get to you first, and then we'll address everybody else. We have had some really good calls the last several months, and so those are only going to get better the more people participate. So please join us August 30th, and every final Friday, just put it on your calendar. Finally, one last note, which is that speaking of those 5-week classes, Rayanne Buccianico, who is a leader in the community, but also just a phenomenal person to know and to do business with, is teaching a class on finances, getting your finances right for IT service companies. And this is particularly important for people who, haven't been paying a lot of attention to their finances, but they want to make sure that everything is the way it's supposed to be. It's a great thing to do if you're looking to buy or sell. It's a great thing to do if you're looking to make sure that everything is straightened out before the end of the year. In general, it's a great thing to do. So this is $259. If you're a member of the community, you get it for $99. If you renew your annual subscription between now and then, well, then you get it for free. So worst case scenario, you pay $99 if you're a member of the community. It's a phenomenal class. I guarantee there's no way you will get less than $260 worth of value. This class, you'll probably learn several things each week that are worth at least that much money. So anyway, take a look at it. Again, links are all in the newsletter, or just go to Great Little Seminar if you're not a member of the Small Biz Thoughts community. That's it for August. Obviously, if you're a member, I need you to read that newsletter. There are links to get discount codes and all that kind of stuff. If you're not a member, I need you to sign up today. And I appreciate that. So that's it for August, and I will see you in September. And with luck, I'll see you online. Don't forget to say hi to me if you see me at a show.